You're not lazy, you're not broken, and you're not uniquely defective, but you do feel stuck. You wake up knowing what you should do. You think about changing, you plan, you promise yourself, and then nothing changes.
Days blur, weeks pass, you scroll, you delay, you avoid, you feel behind.
And the worst part? You don't even know why. Tonight, we're going to break this down scientifically, not motivational quotes, not just work harder. We're going to explain what's actually happening inside your brain when you feel stuck, and once you see it, you won't unsee it. Part 1. Your brain is designed to resist change. Here's the first uncomfortable truth. Your brain does not care about your dreams. It cares about survival. The human brain evolved to keep you safe, not fulfilled. It prefers familiarity over growth, predictability over possibility. The region called the amygdala constantly scans for threat. And guess what it classifies as a threat? Uncertainty. Trying something new, changing careers, starting a project, posting content, going to the gym, leaving a toxic environment. To your primitive brain, that's risk, so it triggers resistance. That resistance doesn't feel like fear. It feels like, I'll start tomorrow. I'm not ready yet. I need to plan more. That's not laziness. That's your survival wiring protecting the known, even if the known is miserable. Part 2. Dopamine is misunderstood. Most people think dopamine is the motivation chemical. It's not. Dopamine is the anticipation chemical. Research from neuroscientists like Andrew Huberman explains that dopamine spikes in expectation, not completion. Here's the problem. Modern life gives you endless small dopamine hits. Scrolling, notifications, short videos, gaming, sugar, porn, constant novelty. Your brain learns, why struggle for a long-term reward when I can get a tiny reward right now? Over time, your dopamine baseline drops. This phenomenon, studied extensively by researchers like Anna Lemke, explains why overstimulation leads to apathy. You don't feel driven, you feel flat. And when you try to work towards something meaningful, it feels heavy. That heaviness? It's dopamine imbalance. You're not stuck because you lack ambition. You're stuck because your brain got used to easy reward. Part 3. The comfort trap, neuroscience of avoidance. There's another mechanism at play. The brain uses something called energy conservation bias. Thinking deeply, making decisions, learning, changing habits. All of this burns glucose, so your brain nudges you toward the path of least resistance. That's why you know you should exercise, but Netflix feels easier. You know you should study, but your phone feels lighter. This is called cognitive miserliness. Your brain avoids effort unless absolutely necessary. Combine that with dopamine overload, and you get paralysis, not laziness, not weakness, biology. Part 4. Identity lock-in. Now here's where it gets deeper. You don't just act based on habits, you act based on identity. Psychologist Carol Dweck showed how fixed identity patterns shape behavior. If somewhere inside you believe, I'm not disciplined, I'm always behind, I never finish things, your brain filters reality to confirm that belief. This is called confirmation bias. You subconsciously act in ways that protect your current identity, because changing identity feels like psychological death, and the brain hates death, even symbolic death. So you stay stuck, to remain consistent with who you think you are. Part 5. Decision fatigue is draining you. Another invisible force, decision fatigue. Research pioneered by psychologist Roy Baumeister shows that willpower is finite in the short term. Every small decision drains cognitive energy. What to wear, what to eat, what to respond, what to watch, what to prioritize. By the time you reach the important goal, you're mentally exhausted, so you default to the easiest option, and then you blame yourself. But it's not a character flaw, it's neurological depletion. Part 6. The fear of social evaluation. Humans are tribal. Your brain still operates as if social rejection equals death. When you try to improve, you risk visibility. Starting a business? What if it fails? Posting content? What if people judge? Going to the gym? What if people watch? The brain overestimates social threat. This activates stress circuitry, cortisol rises, and stress narrows thinking. Instead of acting boldly, you retreat safely and call it waiting for the right time. Part 7. Why you feel behind in life. Now let's talk about something deeper: comparison. Social media has quietly rewired your perception of progress. You're exposed daily to highlight reels. Your brain interprets that as baseline reality, so your normal pace feels like failure. But here's the scientific truth. Humans evolved in tribes of 150 people. Now you compare yourself to millions. Your brain was not built for this scale. The result? Chronic dissatisfaction, perceived stagnation, existential pressure. You're not behind. Your reference point is distorted. The real reason you feel stuck. Let's combine everything. You feel stuck because your brain resists uncertainty. Your dopamine system is overstimulated. Your energy is drained by decisions. Your identity is self-protective. Your stress response fears judgment. Your comparison scale is unrealistic. That's not personal failure. That's modern neuroscience colliding with ancient wiring. You're running outdated hardware in an overstimulating world, so what actually works? Not motivation, not extreme discipline, not 4 a.m. routines. What works is reducing friction and resetting biology. Here's how. 1. Lower dopamine noise. Remove the easy rewards for a few hours daily. No scrolling, no instant stimulation. Let boredom return. Boredom is not the enemy. Boredom is the gateway to ambition. When dopamine stabilizes, effort stops feeling unbearable. 2. Shrink the goal. The brain fears magnitude. Don't change your life. Write 1 paragraph, do 1 push-up, study 5 minutes. Tiny actions bypass amygdala resistance. Momentum builds chemically. Progress releases dopamine more sustainably. 3. Reduce decisions, create defaults, same wake time, same workspace, same routine trigger. Automation preserves willpower. You're not trying to be stronger, you're trying to be smarter. 4. Rewrite identity through evidence. Don't say, I am disciplined. Prove, I showed up for 5 minutes. Identity shifts through accumulated evidence, small wins, repeated. Consistency reshapes self-perception. 5. Limit comparison exposure. Your mind needs silence to grow. The more noise you consume, the more stuck you feel, not because you lack ability, but because your nervous system never rests. Final truth. You're not stuck. You're overstimulated, overwhelmed, overexposed, and under-recovered. Your brain is protecting you from perceived danger, but protection isn't progress. And now that you understand the mechanics, you have leverage, not hype, leverage. Because once you see the system, you stop blaming yourself. And when self-blame decreases, energy returns, clarity returns, action becomes lighter. Not because life changed, but because your brain did. You were never broken, you were just uninformed. And now, you're aware. And awareness is the beginning of movement.